Yeah, I'm warm, Mom. I'm wearing my sweater. The nice orange one.
Arvid, great news. We're rich.
Not this time, Dennis.
Arvid.
Goodbye, Mom.
It's a science essay competition. We can split a $1,000 scholarship. Come on, I need your help.
No.
No?
No.
Arvid, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is I'm still bleeding from the last science competition I helped you with. I did all the work and you took all the credit.
Don't you think I've lost a lot of sleep over that? That's why I want your help. This is my chance to make it up to you. Come on, Arvid. I want to do my essay on that Jean-Pierre Roche-Baboub guy.
But what?
Right. The French physicist. You know his work on subatomic structure?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do?
All of his work is in French. You took French, right, while I was sleeping through Spanish?
Yeah, well, Dennis, the only French I remember is soup du jour. If you want a French expert, you want Maria.
Maria.
Yeah, well, you probably won't be able to tear her away from Chuck.
Chuck.
Later, baby.
Later, stud muffin.
And I'm talking about you.
You.
New boyfriend?
Shut up.
Shut up. What did I say?
It's what you're about to say, Dennis. And I'm not interested in your opinion about Chuck.
Maria, I'm really hurt. I just wanted to tell you how happy I am to see how happy you are. And to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Morning. Morning.
Don't
worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it, Dennis. Mr. Moore, is it okay if I'm a little bit late on my paper on Nelson Mandela?
Well, you're already a little bit late.
I know, but I have a chance to do a science project with Dennis. I mean, how often do male science freaks actually beg girls to help them out? I think it's some kind of breakthrough.
Well, just be sure it's not some kind of ripoff. Okay, since we finished our discussion yesterday about World War I, the war to end all wars, today we're going to start talking about World War II, the war to end that theory. But how do we really measure the cost of World War II?
22 million casualties.
And the cost and property damage of more than $3 trillion.
And destruction throughout Africa, Europe, and Asia.
Yes, but I'm talking about the devastation of families, the division of nations. You know, it's not just winners and losers. Humanity suffers. I'm finished now, Alan, yes?
Okay, Mr. Moore, we all know war is hell. But why always emphasize the negative side?
Great. Why don't you give us a few pointers on the upbeat side of war, Alan?
Well, sure. I mean, World War II did give us a number of scientific and technological advances.
Yeah, and a lot of miniseries. So what's your point?
Now, what kind of scientific advances come out of war? Nuclear bombs? Swiss Army knives? Helen, we are facing the annihilation of 3 billion people. Studies show that within...
Hey, Mr. Moore. I got some author stuff here for you. Class isn't over yet, is it?
No, not quite, Chuck. If you want to spend the last few minutes with us, take a seat.
Cool.
So, Maria. Maria, you were talking about 3 billion people?
That's a lot of people, Mr. Moore.
Hey, don't forget that a war increases the demand for arms and munitions, which reduces unemployment. Maria?
That sounds good too, Alan.
So you agree with me?
Sure, why not? I mean, what do I know about war and icky things like that?
Icky.
Icky.
Maria, nuclear war is not icky. Sitting on a pudding pop is icky.
Yeah, he's right, Maria. One time I sat on a pudding pop when I was wearing my white jeans. Lucky for me, it was vanilla.
Nous pas Dirac, comme un trou dans une mer de tas d'énergie négative. You know, in French, even physics is beautiful.
So are snails. Just give me the English.
He's saying that the positron was the first antiparticle to be discovered. Dennis, do you realize what we can do with this?
Yeah, make a note of it. Keep going.
Its existence was foreseen by Dirac as a whole in a sea of states of negative energy. And
what?
you know, when Larry hit Curly in the face with another salami, I almost died laughing.
Did somebody hit your brain with the salami?
Chuck, hi.
Hey, baby.
Oh, Mr. Wizard.
Still yucking it up over last night, huh?
Oh, it was so special.
Excuse me. Are we talking protons and neutrons or morons?
What are you guys doing here anyway? Just like extra credit work or something?
It's a science
Oh,
essay.
no. We were just talking, getting ready to go home.
Ah, well, you know, that's good. Because I gotta tell you, Maria, I think this egghead class here is just taking up too much of your time.
Oh, no. It isn't really.
Egghead class?
Well, no offense, pal. But Maria can tell you, I am a laid-back kind of guy.
Ah.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. School is cool. It passes the time. But when you really think about it, Dennis, life is short. And can we be honest? We are on this planet to party.
I don't think Nietzsche could have said it better.
Who's that?
Just some kid in our biology class.
Oh, look, about our date. Pick me up at swim practice.
Oh, Chucky, I can't tonight.
What?
I have things to do.
Well, what things?
Well, you know, like girly things. I have to iron my hair and paint my nails, and I have to lay out the things for this weekend, you know.
Well, get them done, because this weekend is mine.
I know.
Later, baby. And I'm talking about you.
You.
You?
You.
Why are you acting dumb for that airhead?
He's a lot smarter than you think he is.
He's not smarter than egg salad. The only reason you're going out with that guy is because he's good looking.
Oh, come on, Dennis. Like you never went out with a girl because she was cute?
No. I've asked, but no, I've never actually.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I come as a bearer of glad tidings.
Wow, my favorite kind.
Once again, our IHPers have proven to be winners. The New York City Science Commission has chosen as this year's entry to the National Essay Contest, Reconsidering Roche-Beaubois by Dennis Blunden.
All right!
Maria?
A member of the commission will be here in a few days to present the award at our assembly. Hey, wear a tie.
Around my neck?
Maria, tell him.
Carry on, Mr. Moore.
Well, Dennis, it appears you've done it again.
Dennis, you're a jerk.
Dennis, you left Maria's name off the paper, didn't you?
Hey, I did all the work. All she did was translate a little French.
A little French? I did all the French, Dennis. And I did a lot of the physics.
I knew you were going to do this when I recommended that she help
Come on,
you.
why is everybody coming down on me? Nobody's even asked me my humanitarian motives.
Okay, you're a great humanitarian. Why did you do this?
I did it for her. Well, she's been going out of her way to try to make that dumb guy think she doesn't have a brain, and I knew that if her name appeared on a science essay, the guy'd go nuts. I did it to save your love life. And I'd do the same for any of you girls here.
Maria, you're not going to sit here and let him do this to you, are you? Come on, Maria, tell him.
Look, Maria, I don't quite know what you're doing here, but I want both you and Dennis to go to Dr. Samuels. Tell him you co-authored the essay and you both want your names on it. Go.
Boy, you try to do the right thing, and look at what happens. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy.
Dennis, wait a minute. I don't want my name on that essay.
What?
If it means that much to him, let him have it. It might be the highlight of his life. I guess some of us have our priorities.
No apologies necessary.
So let me ask you another question. let's say that you were an intelligent woman. You're an intelligent woman, just for argument's sake. Would you purposefully hide your intelligence in order to be with a man who was obviously not as smart as you were?
Charlie, how sweet. Are you asking me on a date?
What?
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't hide my intelligence. That'd be outrageous. I mean, this is the 1980s. If a man can't accept a woman for who she is, who needs him?
Right. I wish you could help me explain this to Maria Borges. I'm just not getting through to her.
Listen, Chuck, I was just wondering, what if, oh, I don't know, I sort of entered a science competition, and what if I won?
What are you telling me? You entered some kind of science thing?
No, I'm just saying, what if?
Yeah, look, Maria, I don't know, but I'm getting a little worried here that you have more interest for your schoolwork than you do in the old Chuck dog here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, well, you say that, but now you're talking about winning some kind of science thing?
I just thought it might be okay. But look, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's good, because I'll tell you what, I'm taking a lot of heat from my buddies for dating a brain. Hey. But I tell them, Maria isn't like those other eggheads. She's into normal stuff like the Stooges, and she can't get enough of them Rangers. Am I right? Huh? Oh, which reminds me about this weekend. Friday night, Rangers game.
Right.
Saturday, raging party. And Sunday, football all day. You got a problem with that, lady?
No, that sounds great.
Excuse us, kids.
Hey.
Hi.
Maria, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Later, baby. You.
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 Miss Mira and I wanted to talk with you for a minute.
Okay.
He's your new boyfriend? Chuck?
Yeah.
He's really cute.
I know, it's adorable, huh?
He's really adorable.
I know.
Miss Mira,
Yeah?
didn't you have something you wanted to say to Maria?
Yes, I did. Maria, don't neglect your studies. But on the other hand, don't neglect Chuck either.
Oh, I know.
Charlie, you didn't tell me she was going with Chuck. I mean, all the girls in the whole school think he's the prize catch. Even if I told Maria to dump him, she wouldn't. He's precious.
Well,
Mr. Moore, I know what you're gonna say.
good, because I don't.
You have to understand, this is more important to me. Chuck is the only real boyfriend I've ever had. With all the cheerleaders running around school, he picks me.
Well, I can understand that.
I know
but-
what you're gonna say, he's not a rocket scientist. He probably can't even spell scientist. But who cares? He cares about me. He likes me. He makes me feel good, and I don't want to do anything to change that. You probably already knew I was gonna say that.
Not exactly.
I know what
but-
you're gonna say. You're gonna say talk to Chuck, right? I already tried talking to Chuck. He already made it clear that he doesn't want a girlfriend that's smarter than he is. So look, I appreciate all your advice. But really, my mind is made up.
Look, as long as you're in a listening mode, I'd like to say something else. I think you're letting Dennis walk all over you. Now, if you're willing to sell out, in this case, just to get somebody to like you, what are you going to give up the next time? I know that it's hard to find somebody you care for who cares for you. But you'll never know how someone truly feels about you if you're pretending to be someone else.
And for those students who saw that graffiti on the third-floor bathroom wall, if you call me, you will definitely not have a good time. And speaking of writing, I now wish to introduce one of the judges from this year's Intercity Science Essay Competition, Dr. Jacob Bartholomew.
you, Dr. Samuels. Babe, can you believe they're making us sit through this presentation?
This year's winner is an outstanding piece of work on the research of the French physicist Jean-Pierre Roche-Beaubois. Made all the more difficult because, first, our student had to translate all of Roche-Beaubois' writings from the original French before starting his analysis. And this brilliant student is your own Dennis Blunden. Mes félicitations, mon jeune ami.
At a moment like this, I'm truly at a loss for words. Saying a mere thank you can't come close to expressing the deep sense of pride and, yeah, I gotta say it, satisfaction I feel for being honored and recognized for all my hard work. I only hope that my translation of Beaubois did justice to his elegant French. But you know, when I think of the lonely hours, finding the insight, finding that special French word.
Yeah, like creep.
What? I think of other scientists, alone, late at night, staring at the blank page.
Alone?
What's going on here?
She's obviously flipping out. Nurse! Nurse!
Dr. Samuels, Dr. Bartholomew, I have a confession to make.
No, you don't. Sit down, Maria. You're acting like a nut.
I know it might be a little bit late, but I co-wrote that essay with Dennis.
What? Can't you see she's hysterical?
I did all of the translations and most of the analysis.
Blunden, is this true?
Okay, maybe she helped me with a little of the French.
A little bit? Ask him to translate something. How about this, Dennis? Vous êtes un cochon voleur.
Who am I, Toulouse-Lautrec? I am a scientist.
Come on, Dennis, you know it's the truth.
You're a liar, Blunden. What does science mean to Dennis? Okay, I admit it. We're partners, all right? Are you happy?
Congratulations, Maria.
Thank you.
All right.
I hope you're not mad at me. I was just so afraid to tell you.
No, come on, Maria. I'm real proud.
Really?
Yeah.
You are?
I mean, how can I be mad at someone who stood up for herself? Now sit down.
Thanks. I mean, I was praying that you'd understand.
Yeah, well, it's different now, you know?
What is?
Well, it's like I keep coming up with all these really great things for us to do on our dates, right? And you've been pretending like you're having fun, but deep down, you think they're dumb. So you must think I'm dumb.
No, I don't. So we're interested in different things. Chuck, I still really like being with you.
Man, I have never gone out with someone like you before. Look, I didn't want to admit to this, but now that everything's out in the open, I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can deal with all this.
You know, I have an idea. I'll go with you to a Three Stooges film, and you can come with me to the UN. It'll be great.
Look, Maria, you can't pretend to be any dumber than you are. And let's face it, I'm not getting any smarter. You know, so I think we should, We can still be friends, though, right? Hmm? Hey.
Right.
Okay. Well, see ya.
Congratulations, Maria. How did it go with Chuck?
He says he wants to be friends.
Huh?
You ever notice when someone says that to you, Mr. Moore? They never speak to you again.
Well, I think you spoke up for yourself very nicely today.
You were right. If Chuck was gonna care about me, he had to know who I was. I guess he would have found out sooner or later, right? But I'm never gonna date again.
Look, Maria, you're very pretty and you're very smart. Now, somebody's bound to show up who appreciates that.
But not a stud muffin like Chuck. Mr. Moore, why is it that the cute ones always seem so dumb?
Well, imagine how George Bush felt when he was looking for a running mate. Listen, would you be willing to let a crumbling remnant of a slightly stale stud muffin buy you some lunch in the cafeteria?
That would be nice. Thank you.